We always knew that he had the potential to do well, but he's joined a new team and he's really held the team together. The brand of batting has been very good. His style of play has been very impressive, and like I said, he's been finishing games for his team. He may have just meant that the CEO is involved, and sometimes CEO will sit in the selection meeting. So, to what extent that statement is true, we don't know. But I think he seemed a lot more at home with Delhi. Delhi needed something there, because Prithvi Shaw has been off, and they need a player like who could really get the team off in the power play and continue from there. They've never been a stable team. They keep changing it or not, which doesn't help in this format at all. But I honestly believe that they are a fantastic side this year. I really wish a lot of more players, who are actually in the test fringe instead of just wasting time and sitting in the sidelines in IPL, go play in England. I think it'll add a lot of value to the game. Ask Zaid Khan. I think Zaid Khan became a completely different bowler after going to England. I'm also happy that BCCI are giving the local umpires a lot of options. There will be mistakes, and I really hope they learn from the mistakes.
Shikhar Dhawan and Deepak Huda have put up consistent performances in this IPL. Is there a national call-up around the corner?
I think with regard to Deepak Huda, he should get a chance to play against South Africa. They have 5 T20s coming up, and if he does well there, I think he will stand a chance. But look, he's been very, very impressive. I think this year he is really taking the responsibility. We always knew that he had the potential to do well, but he's joined a new team and he's really held the team together. The brand of batting has been very good. His style of play has been very impressive, and like I said, he's been finishing games for his team. So it's definitely the national centers will have a look into. And like I said, they have a good 10 T20s before the World Cup comes to actually have a look at them and see how they do when they play for India, how they handle pressure. So I'm sure people like him and Rahul Tripathi will be in the fray. With regard to Shikhar, I think he's been a fantastic player, and mind you, he's always done well in ICC events. He's always been a match winner for India in ICC events. So he's still fit. Left hand, right hand combination. So and I think experience will count. He likes batting in Australia. The ball comes out to the bat. Somebody who keeps it very, very simple. I've opened a Shikhar on quite a few occasions, and something I really like about him is he lives in the present. He knows his game very, very well. And he's really taken his game to a next level, and he's been a consistent performer for a long time. It's not easy because he's been somebody who's been moved around to a lot of franchises, but he's never let that affect his game. So again, a superb pro, great guy, and I really hope he makes it because he deserves it. He has great longevity in the game, and I repeat, he likes Australian wickets. He likes the ball coming on, so I'm sure the selectors will look into him for for a big tournament like the World Cup.
Both Kuldeep and Chahal has been among the wicket sections this IPL. Will we see them together in the Indian colours again?
Wouldn't be surprised. The Kulcha combination, as we call them. I think quality spinners, both of them. Kuldeep had a slight rough patch, but I think he's come back very, very well. I think he feels very secure in Delhi Capitals. He never got that in KKR. So and Yuzi has been somebody who has performed well, both wrist spinners and like we spoke in the earlier videos, like I told you before itself, as the tournament goes on, the wickets are going to get slower. It is going to spin a little more. So I think they're making great use of it. And Kuldeep's delivery to get Liam Livingston out, has been a game changer. I think that changed the game and helped them win the game. So, that shows the value of a wrist spinner. They may go for runs, but they will get you wickets at regular intervals. Charles got a brilliant 5-wicket haul. So, 2 wrist spinners in good form. Why not? Although they're going to play in Australia, but Australia again they have bigger boundaries, so spinners will come into play. I don't think they're going to look at Rahul Chahal, Varun Chakravarti. I think now Kuldeep and Yuzi will have a great chance. And Ashwin also has been bowling well. Akshar, Jadeja will come in the all-round category. So we do have a lot of options to pick up from. Big headache for the selectors.
Umpiring has been questioned quite a few times this season. How do you see them?
Yeah, I think there have been a few pretty ordinary decisions. But having said that, as a former cricketer, I'm very happy to see a lot of former cricketers getting involved in the game. Be it somebody like K.N. Ananthapadmanabhan has been a brilliant bowler for Kerala. So Madhana Gopal has done very, very well for Tamil Nadu. He's doing very well, as an on-field umpire. I think Sadashiv Iyer also has been with India Zenminds. So that way, I'm very happy to see a lot of people getting an opportunity. But and I'm also happy that BCCI are giving the local umpires a lot of options. So there will be mistakes, and I really hope they learn from the mistakes. it's not that umpires don't make mistakes. You have a lot of technology as well to pinpoint that. Those days, you didn't have technology to really pinpoint each and every mistake they are doing. So yes, there have been a few mistakes which could have been avoided, especially in the Delhi Capitals game. We spoke about it, that could have definitely gone to the third umpire. So those kind of things, I think, has to be avoided. Otherwise, human error is possible. We have a lot of cameras, we have social media to keep pinpointing all of that. But like I said, I hope they get better with this. I think a lot of young, good umpires will come out of this, and kudos to the BCCI for that. But I think I think it's too early to comment on this. I think if they are able to get out of this and consistently do well for a few years to come, I think it will be good for us.
Sunil Narain has been playing IPL for more than 10 years now. How has he been so consistent over the years?
Again, I know great consistency in what he is doing. He's always, I think when the IPL started off, and I think he got in the third, fourth year, you didn't find too many of these bowlers. You had specialists who used to be a left-arm spinner or a leg spinner, but he was somebody who started off doing something different, which is difficult to pick. That split second, if you take time to read a bowler, that can actually create confusion with the batsman. And Sunil Narain, I think, started that. He's been very consistent with that. He's been unbelievably consistent with that. Very difficult to pick. And I think that's why you need to appreciate a team like KKR to send him opening. Otherwise, Sunil Narain batting at number 8, number 9, nobody would have known about his batting capability. He has this great time to pick up the length very, very early. Beautiful hands, which is very, very important for an opener. And, I'm happy that they didn't waste him down the order. And, great eye to hit the ball, a long way. So, again, he's a complete T20 package. Somebody what we aspire to be, or somebody as a franchisee, you want a player like that, who can bowl in the power play, get you wickets in the power play, bowl in the middle overs, control the game in the middle overs, sometimes even bowl in the slog if the conditions are suitable for spinners, and can get you a quick 50 in the power play as a batsman, and can also hit the big shots in the end overs. So, complete package there. I think I'll spend a lot of money on a player like him.
Cheteshwar Pujara has been performing well for Sussex in county cricket. Will he get back into the Indian team?
100%, definitely. I think sometimes the break is really good. He's been an unbelievable player for India. Sometimes, when you play for a long time, you just need the time to, retrospect, think about your game, what you actually need to do to, get back into the side. And I think Pujara has used it beautifully to go to England, the best place to play, play a lot of county cricket, play a lot of matches, understand the conditions. And mind you, this is not a very easy time to play in England. April, May is when the ball does quite a bit. July, August is the time when it actually gets better for batting. So I think in tough times, he's really played very well. I really wish a lot of more players, who are actually in the test fringe, instead of just wasting time and sitting in the sidelines in IPL, go play in England. I think it'll add a lot of value to the game. Ask Zaid Khan. I think Zaid Khan became a completely different bowler after going to England, because it's not only about your game, it's about the mental aspect, about being on your own, traveling day in and day out. So I think it worked wonders for Zach. I think he revolutionized his bowling. And I think it's doing great for Pujara. Rahul Dravid went to Scotland, played for Kent. At that point, it really added a lot of value to his game. So I know IPL is very, very important, but people maybe who are not just playing 2-3 games in the IPL might as well go spend a lot of time in England, get a lot of runs, understand a lot of things about your game, and I'm sure Pujara is going to come back a different player, and he has a lot of years left for him, 2-3 years to get a lot of runs for India.
Punjab has always been a strong team in paper, but the results don't reciprocate that. Why is that?
I wish I knew, but I think I don't know. I don't know if they're a very consistent franchisee with regard to a lot of things. CSK, MI, solid franchisees where I think players know where to draw the line, and even owners and a lot of people know where to draw the line. So I don't know if it's the case with with Punjab. I think there may be a lot of interference coming from outside, and they've never been a stable team. They keep changing it or not, which doesn't help in this format at all. But I honestly believe that they had a fantastic side this year with people like Livingston and Rajapaksa, chipping in well. So I think the domestic players other than Arshdeep didn't really step up this year. Jitesh has been pretty good. Shahrukh started off well, but really couldn't continue. And people like Harpreet Brar was very, very good last year. Maybe not lived up to what he's capable of. So I think those kind of things are hurting them. I strongly believe that a team which does well in T20 in IPL has to have a very very strong domestic set of players, which I think Punjab are missing this year. There are a lot of people who have potential, but they're not able to translate it into performance. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things, and I'm quite surprised after so many years they've not been able to get it right. They have a very very good coach in Anil Kumble, and they have a fantastic support staff, but I don't know, just did not be clicking. So I think once they came to the finals, where I think Vidyut got a good 100, but it got chased down. But other than that, like you said, they have been very, very inconsistent. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think we need to get somebody really strong at the top, and know where to okay, this is the game, and you need to stop here. And I think that's where I think Punjab may are going a little bit wrong. I think too many people are trying to come in and hey, this is my guess. It looks like a franchisee where there are too many people involved, and it also helps that MI and CSK are owned by one single person. So it's only one boss than multiple bosses. So I think that also makes a difference in the end.
What has been the impact of Mitchell Marsh in Delhi Capitals this season?
I think you use the right word, impact. He's an impact player. Someday when he started off very, very slowly, but then you really saw what he's capable of. He did it in the World Cup finals as well. What a knock that was. And I think he seems to be a big match player. I think he thrives by, playing the big matches, being a little bit under pressure. He has unbelievable striking ability. He can bowl well, good fielder. So again, complete package. And I think Delhi needed something like that, because Prithvi Shaw has been off, and they need a player like who can really, get the team off in the power play and continue from there. So I think Mitch Marsh has done that really well. I think that has added new leash of life to their side, which they desperately needed. Otherwise, they were looking a little, dull and out of sorts. But I think he's really given the spark the team needed. So I think good pick, and I think Ricky Ponting will be very, very happy with his performance. Still not over yet. I think they have a very, very good chance because they have explosive players who can really win matches single-handedly.
Has Shreyas Iyer found it challenging to adapt to KKR?
Looks like it. There's been a lot of talk about CEO being involved in this. So again, it's very difficult to say all these things because he may have just meant that the CEO is involved, but sometimes CEO will sit in the selection meeting. So to what extent that statement is true, we don't know. But I think he seemed a lot more at home with Delhi. Again, a new franchisee getting used to a new system can take time. Some people just sink into it beautifully. I think KL has gotten to the Lucknow team beautifully. Same with Hardik Pandya, but Shreyas has been captain with the Delhi franchise, and I think he had a great working relationship with Ricky Ponting. I think he loved working with Ponting, so that made a big difference. Maybe he's taking more time with somebody like a McCullum. His working style doesn't suit Shreyas Iyer's style of captaincy. We don't know, but yeah, it's definitely showing. But he's a good leader, by the way. I really rate him very, very highly. He's a good leader, sensible guy, reads the situation well. He's calm under pressure. So it's just a matter of time before he starts getting back to winning ways.